Hi students. So after completing the first question on multiplication by t property, we are moving to the second problem on multiplication by t property. So here we'll see the variation in the given function f of t, and we'll see how are we applying that multiplication by t property to get the answer. So let's start with the numerical. So here we have a function t into cos of omega t minus alpha, and for that we have to find out the Laplace transform. So guys, I'm sure that you have seen my previous video, that is problem 1 on Laplace transform by using multiplication by t property. So there I've explained you that whenever we get a question or a function f of t, and when we want to solve it, then first thing is to identify the property. Now how to identify the property? So multiplication by t property is always in the form of t into f of t. So you can see here that I have t multiplied with a f of t. So it's not necessary every time we'll get t, it can be t square or t cube, but that will be multiplied by some function. So that function can be algebraic function, that can be exponential, and so on. So here t, and I have one more function, so I'll call this cos of omega t minus alpha as function of t. So guys, let's start with the property of multiplication by t, and then let's see how we get the answer. So here I'll say using multiplication by t property, now as per the multiplication by t property, t into f of t must be the form, and the answer of this function, or the Laplace of this function, is given by -1 into d by ds of phi of s, and for that we have to get the value of phi of s, because we have to find out its derivative with respect to s, and to get that phi of s we get it by finding the Laplace of function of t. So here let's identify function of t. So function of t is cos of omega t minus alpha. So for that cos of omega t minus alpha, I'll find out the Laplace, which will be called as phi of s, and I will put that phi of s over here to get the final answer using multiplication by t property. So let's start, guys. So here I'll say here f of t is cos of omega t minus alpha. Now let's find out Laplace of this. So to find out the Laplace, I'll take Laplace on both sides. So Laplace of cos of omega t minus alpha is not possible. So guys, don't get confused, because I have seen that most of the students use one property of Laplace of cos over here. So let me explain you why that property is not applicable over here. So it is Laplace of cos of at. It is s upon s square plus a square. Now guys, if you observe this property carefully, then here with cos we have function at, okay, but here we have omega t minus alpha. So minus alpha is not a part of the property, right? So due to this minus alpha, I am not using this property. So let's say tomorrow if I just get cos of omega t, then definitely I can apply this property, because omega is a constant and t is my function of t variable. So due to the alpha, I cannot apply this property. So what to do now? So we will simplify this cos in such a way that we will convert this function in this form, and then we can apply the property. So for this, I'm gonna apply the formula of cos of a minus b, guys, because cos of a minus b is cos a into cos b plus sin into sin b, and then we can get it in this form. So let's start. So this will be cos of omega t into cos of alpha plus sine of omega t into sine of alpha. Now guys, here to get the Laplace of this, I'll take Laplace on both sides. So here we will get Laplace transform of f of t is equal to Laplace transform of this whole function. Now guys, using the linearity property of Laplace transform, I can take Laplace of two terms separately if they have plus or minus sign in between. So I'll take Laplace of this plus Laplace of this. So that will become Laplace of cos of omega t into cos of alpha plus Laplace of sine of omega t into sine of alpha. Now guys, in the first term, if you see, then cos of alpha does not have any t, so that will be considered as constant. So I'll take that constant outside and we will just get Laplace of cos of omega t, and now I can apply this property and it will be s upon s square plus omega square. Similarly here, sine of alpha is constant because it does not have any t. I'll take it outside and here we will get Laplace of sine of omega t, which is omega upon s square plus omega square. Now guys, here in these two terms the denominator is same, so I can take it once and I'll add the terms of numerator. So we will get Laplace of function of t is equal to and I will call this as phi of s. So guys, now I got function of s because it is the Laplace of f of t. Here we have seen that Laplace of f of t is called as phi of s. So I got the value of phi of s. I'll put that value of phi of s in equation number 1 and I'll get the final answer. So here I'll say from equation number 1, so Laplace of t into f of t. So guys, here the value of f of t is cos of omega t minus alpha. It is equal to minus 1 d by ds of phi of s, and this is the value of phi of s, which is cos of alpha into s plus omega into sine of alpha upon s square plus omega square. Now guys, to get the derivative of this term with respect to s, if you observe the numerator and denominator, both have s term. So here I am gonna use u upon v rule of derivative. So by that rule, here we will get minus 1 as it is in the bracket. So in the denominator we get v square. So this is s square plus omega square the whole square. In numerator v into derivative of u. So v is s square plus omega square. Then derivative of u is derivative of this term. So derivative of cos alpha into s is only cos alpha and derivative of s is 1. Derivative for omega sine alpha is 0 because it does not have any s, so it will be treated as constant. Then minus u, that is cos alpha into s plus omega into sine alpha into derivative of denominator, that is 2s. Now guys, let's simplify the numerator. So here we will get minus of s square into cos alpha, that is s square cos alpha plus omega square cos alpha. Here 2s into s cos alpha is 2s square cos alpha, negative sign, so minus 2s square cos alpha, and this is 2 omega s, so again plus minus minus 2 omega s sine alpha upon s square plus omega square the whole square. Now guys, let's simplify. It's the last step. So s square and this minus 2s square will be minus s square, but due to minus sign it will become positive. So s square cos of alpha. Here this will become negative omega square cos of alpha. This will become positive 2 times omega s into sine of alpha upon s square plus omega square the whole square. So here also you can take cos alpha common and we get the final answer. So guys, I'm sure that you understood how we got the answer by using multiplication of t property. Thank you.